Big day today. Episode 3, ECK20. Rob's just having his breakfast.
Ah, yeah.
Does my hair look alright? Finally on the way to the workshop. Rob was obviously couldn't get out of bed this morning. He's lazy. Brought a few bits with us as well. The wiring harness adapter turned up from H-Tune. It's a right wire one, yeah. It's not labelled up or anything, so we're going to have to try and figure it out, and neither of us really know what we're looking at.
I'm a professional.
Actually, Rob's a professional.
Wiring professional.
Awesome, I didn't realise that. That should be a bit of fun. Got a few more bits in the back to show you when we get there. So, we're back at the workshop. Had to pop to Wicks to get a couple of bits. Just going to do a bit of a tidy up of this mess. We have so many brand new parts, which are just getting a bit ruined at the moment with all the shit, dust and whatever else. We've got a few more bits today, turned up during the week, pretty cool. Just popped and got a few wire wool to clean up the block a bit more. Got all the service parts in here, a few other bits as well. So we've only got one more weekend now with the car. This is going away next week on the Saturday. I think we've got to get it down to him before midday. So he wants it for a little while it gets painted. Looking forward to that, to be honest. We've got a fair bit of work to do now today and tomorrow. Try and get some of these bits filled in, filled and tidied up. Bit more grinding back to be done. Yeah, I think there's a couple of holes right there, so we'll try and, I think we'll leave him to fill them before he sprays it. Actually, is probably the best thing to do. So yeah, busy couple of days. Rob's just giving the subframe another coat. Doing the bottom of it. Gives the forks another coat. We're going to try and figure out the wiring today as well. We've got the harness adapter I showed you earlier, and we've got the standard ECU in here somewhere, which we're going to try and use to plug in. Obviously we've got the K-Pro, but we've kept that indoors for the moment to make sure it doesn't get ruined or damp, but the plugs are the same, so we're going to try and use a standard one for the moment. See if we can get that figured out. We'll give this a bit more of a clean up. It's not got too bad since the last one over it with the wire wheel. It's just hard to get in all the cracks, so give that a bit more of a clean up. Hopefully we'll get that primered today. Gearbox needs a lot of work. Hopefully Rob won't have another injury today with the angle grinder. It looks pretty disgusting at the moment. Let's see, Rob. Oh, self-harming! Ugh. Just in case you're wondering, we found that 60 grit, very aggressive. It rips through it really quickly, which is quite handy sometimes if you've got something really big, like on this sort of thing here. I don't know if you can see that. That's how they start off, where they've been filled up with weld. Now, this metal here is actually relatively thin, so we found it's a bit better to get through this with either 60 if we've actually run out now, but 80 is pretty good because it stops you going too far through the metal when it gets quite low down, and then 120 is quite good to just smooth it off to this sort of level where that's ready for filler now. It maybe could do with a little bit more, but it's there or thereabouts now, all of these bits, you see. We've sort of given up with that orbital sander, I think. This piece of shit, very cheap of eBay. This gets so hot and it stinks. It does not take long. It takes about 2 minutes for the sander to empty that tank. It's a 50 litre one. It takes about 2 minutes for it to empty. So the thing just runs constantly, and we're a bit worried it's getting really warm. So we decided to give up with that. Back to the old fashioned methods. Fingers are already tired and I've only been doing this for about 1 minute. We're going to concentrate on the areas that we're going to fill before sending it into the body shop. Basically what we're doing is a little trick which we learnt from Eden Young. Well, I did anyway. I don't know if Rob knew about it before. Eden's actually building a supercharged and turbocharged 4th generation shuttle, all-wheel drive. Looks like it's going to be mad. I think he calls it Wagon Diaries on YouTube, so yeah, check him out. Can't wait to see how that comes out. Not as mad as K20 though, obviously. A very, very light coating, just so basically you can see weight, so we're going to sand it all back off anyway. At least we know where we've been then. We're trying to only concentrate on the areas that we're going to fill. I don't know if you can hear me, Rob's grinding again, but this is what it looks like. I'm on fire. Doing a bit of a tidy up because we've got stuff everywhere. Tidying it all up, cleaning everything up. Just seeing what we've got left to do, basically. Making sure we're doing a bit of a check, make sure we've got everything, parts everywhere. These things, between us, we must have about 25 of them now. Cheers, Scott. Don't know what to do with them though. Yeah, so we've got a lot of the standard bits off the car to begin with. Rob actually lost brake fit about 3 or 4 months ago.
I didn't lose them, I put them somewhere safe.
He put them somewhere safe apparently. So safe that he forgot where they were. To be fair to him, he did say while we're doing this, we might come across those 90-degree brake fittings that I lost. Just found them in the obvious place. These, you know, belong with the half shaft. But we found them, so that's sick. At least we don't have to buy new ones. They might be small, but they're not exactly cheap. We've had a tidy up, had a bit of a play with this harness adapter as well. So we've figured out this side and the engine bay one as well. We know what this one does. Struggling a bit with these. We've got the found the instructions from Rywire, but I'm fucking lost with it if I'm honest. Don't really get it, it's pissing me off. Don't know where those two go. We know where these two go. Just difficult until we get it back in. I think it's going to be the best thing. I'm a bit lost with this loom. I know where they go. I literally have no fucking idea about the rest of it though. Really, I think we need a bit of fucking help with this one. If somebody knows what we've got to do, it would be great because I'm fucking lost and getting annoyed. If anyone does have any information or any advice, that'd be great. Rob doesn't know. He's just getting annoyed because none of us know. We're cold and hungry and getting wound up and confused. Drill bit's bent so we can't fucking drill the block. The wiring's pissing me off. So we're going to get something to eat. Hopefully we'll be back.
We're going home, but there's a bottle. We've had a pretty unsuccessful day. We did clear up a few of the parts that we've got.
I hate tidying up.
Dan's thrown like thousands of pounds worth of new parts over the floor for the last like 6 months. So now we've decided to finally clear them up. We had a Subway. Now we're going home to see Dan's sister. I'm gonna take her to town. So I'm coming to you from the next day. We were at the farm yesterday, which was Saturday. It's now Sunday, which coincidentally is Mother's Day. Obviously I haven't got my mum anything yet. I got her a card. Piss off, Jessica.
I think he is a genuine fucking spastic. Going back to the farm, found out what loom we need now. We've got the wrong loom and it's been messed about with. It's been
fucked.
Rob's not happy. I think we're going to get some DC2 clocks and try and use them. So we've actually got a speeder. Oh, my hair's all over the place. Sorry. Rob's getting annoyed because his car's dirty. He doesn't know how it gets dirty. Because you never wash, mate. We got quite drunk last night. Rob's just reminded me that
I'm embarrassed for you.
Oh, I'm not telling you either then. I thought Rob was going to tell you. We'll just say nothing happened. So we're giving it a good clean out, a good hoover. Rob's just finishing it off now. So yeah, we've got a few more holes to drill for some riv nuts, for the brake line brackets. We've got to drill a hole for the lambda sensor. I think we're going to get on that now. See how long it takes and see what we get to, I suppose.
It's going to be here. You pull such funny faces.
Managed to get all the brake line riv nuts in, ready for the brackets. I know they look a little bit wonky, but I don't think they are. I think these two are a bit low. Got these two in. We've already got these in along here for the fuel lines. Brake lines are going to come. We're going to put the prop valve in on the shelf here, run the brake lines down, run them through here, and then split them along this way and that way. So Rob's just put another one in there, and then we're going to use the standard positioning through there. Rob's pulling silly faces again. Yeah, so not quite as much done as we really wanted to, but we only had a couple of hours down there, being Mother's Day and all that, you know.
These things are so fucking shit. Fuck you gonna pull these tight?
They do have a shit handle on them.
So I kind of gave up on doing the riv nuts for now because it feels like my chest is about to give way. So I've just left the tool there, as you do. Now we're about to drill the holes in the wheel arches for the brake lines or the brake fitting. So my preferential spot is just there. Hopefully what we can do is we can bring the brake line out here, loop it, and then down into the soft line. Dan's starting it already by the looks of things from the wrong side.
So Rob didn't trust me, as usual, and made me drill him from this side. That was my first guess, and that's where it came through. Fuck you, Rob. It wasn't a guess, it was better than that.
It's uneducated.
I knew where I was going. Fuck off. Okay, so we're just about to leave, cut the holes for the brake lines. That one actually is a little bit too big, but it's not the end of the world. And that one needs a bit of filing out. All of these are in. Those are all in. These are in. So yeah, we didn't spend too long here, but it's been relatively successful. Into the body shop next weekend, so we'll try and get down during the week. Try and get down really early Saturday morning, sorry. It's going in on Saturday morning. We'll have Friday night on it as well. Yeah, lots to do, but should be okay.
On my way home to have a roast with my mum. We'll definitely be back down at some point in the week, so see you then.
Get a couple of bits for Rob, a couple of bits for ours as well actually. We need a clutch master cylinder.
Yeah, that one, that's the one.
This is the one apparently.
Found ourselves a